Welcome to Who's Attacking Me Now Part 6. In this video we want to find the country of origin. Here's the code that we have so far. The output of the code shows different IP addresses from around the world and the number of attack attempts that have come in on my system from that IP address. So let's take a look at this one here. There are websites out there like iptracker.org where if you plug the IP address in, it'll tell you where it's from. So this particular IP address is located in China. Wouldn't it be cool if within your program you could access a web page, feed it an IP address, and get the country of origin? Well, you can. Let's take a look at the source code for this web page. We view the source, and let's say we do a search for country. So here's what the HTML looks like. We see country colon, and that appears just before the actual country. So if we can get this source code, then we can filter out the country of origin. iptracker.org is just the kind of website that we're looking for because it uses query strings. So a query string is the address of the web page followed by a question mark, and after that comes a series of one or more variables and the values assigned to them. This site here provides the information we need, URL lib. Need to import the library. We need to import the URL request library. We need to import the URL request library. We need to open the web page. And to get that, let's just copy the URL as a starting point. Wow, that's a long string, isn't it? Okay, so we take this and we're going to provide the IP. So that's the end of the string. And that string is going to look like, let's stretch this thing out so we can see it, plus IP. Now that we have the web page open, let's read it. Good name for that variable will be HTML, and this is going to be response. That's the handle that we have on this thing. Then the read command. Then we have to specify what is the character set. How are the bits being encoded to represent the characters? That's described in the web page at the very top of it. So if we go to the source again, we look in here. It's ISO 8859-1. We copy that, paste it into our read command here. Okay, and let's see, do we have garbage in? Garbage in gives us garbage out. We don't want garbage in. Let's take a look. Let's just display the first 200 characters of what we've read and see if it looks reasonable. Use a little input statement here to act as a breakpoint and run it. That looks good. In fact, here's the top of the web page telling us the character set. So we have the web page. Now what we want to do is we want to find the country of origin. Okay, so We use our find method for that to find the index, that is the offset from the beginning of the web page of html.find country : okay, and then let's see what that looks like beginning, what the web page looks like beginning at INX and then going for 200 characters past that. And this should show us what we're looking for. Okay, so we've got country : and then here's an HTML element with the actual country in it. Okay, next step is we want to find this element here. That'll give us the beginning of the country. Find this pattern here. That's a space in HTML. We want to find that as the end and filter out our country. See what that looks like. Okay. After INX, then what we want to do is start equals HTML dot find, and we're looking for TD space starting at INX, and we want to get the end, which is going to be HTML dot find ampersand NBSP starting at INX, and then we should just have to display our, well, let's call it country. Here we go. HTML starting at start, ending at end. Now, the index here for start is going to give us the beginning of this guy. That's not what we want. We want the end of this guy, which includes this space here. So that should be 5 characters plus, oops. Let's see what we get. Name area country is not defined. Okay, why is that not defined? That's because I didn't do a proper assignment. Okay, everybody makes mistakes, right? There we go, we got China. That's that IP address. So for each one we're finding our countries. How cool is that? Now, this is all well and good. We could use this, but notice how slow the response is. I mean, if we've got hundreds of countries to look up, that's going to take some time, but it's doable. Other than speed, there are other problems with this technique, such as reliability. If the web page changes at all, your program is going to break. So in part 7, we'll take a look at a much more reliable and faster approach to getting the countries of origin.